Fact and follow-up segment tonight. Justice Department supposed to be investigating allegations that the IRS unfairly targeted the Tea Party for scrutiny. Supposed to be investigating that. So far, the investigation has gone nowhere. And no one is surprised because it could come back to haunt the Obama administration, and Attorney General Eric Holder is one of the president's best friends. Now we find out the person heading up the investigation into the IRS is a Justice Department attorney named Barbara K. Bosserman, who has donated money to President Obama's campaign. Who's now here in New York? Newsday columnist Ellis Hennigan, and from Denver, Fox News analyst Linda Chavez. So, Linda, some cynical people believe the fix may be in.
You think?
What say you?
You couldn't write this if this were a Saturday Night Live skit. You couldn't write it any better. First of all, you try to downplay the scandal. You don't do anything. You don't really appoint anybody to do an investigation. People mysteriously disappear into the night and take their retirement and live high off the hog on their government pensions. And then you say, well, okay, we do have to launch an investigation. So let's find somebody in the department. And, it's just an accident that we found somebody who actually is a big-time donor. We're talking about a federal employee who's donated $6,000 to the Obama campaign. I mean, this is unbelievable.
It is ridiculous. And even Ellis, well, I shouldn't say that.
Don't say that.
Isn't it ridiculous?
This is a silly smear. Honest to God. First of all, there is nothing remotely wrong with what the lady did. Let us judge her on her behavior. This attorney.
Okay, but with all the Justice Department attorneys, shouldn't they, just for appearance sake?
No, it would be improper to investigate her political background.
Wait, I'm not talking about her.
Improper.
Look, the Attorney General of the United States has a wide variety of people to investigate this. He can choose.
Sure.
Shouldn't, just for appearance sake, you choose a neutral, independent person with no political
You're going to find that out by doing some political investigation? Bill, we live in a nation.
Call him in and you ask him.
We live in the worst thing in the world to do. We live in a nation where every single federal judge is appointed by a president.
So you have no problem with the Obama donor investigating the IRS?
Two parties, you're going to get people on one side or the other.
Why hasn't this investigation really taken off?
Well, maybe the facts aren't there.
The facts aren't there.
I mean, Congressman Issa has been banging his head against the wall for a year on this thing.
Well,
right?
why hasn't the IRS? Why hasn't the Justice Department been more? It's almost a year, and we're still just getting around appointing some Democratic donor to investigate.
Listen,
what happened?
The truth of the matter is that this thing was announced with huge outrage and fanfare, and in fact, so far, now this could change, but so far the facts have not justified
because the Justice Department hasn't investigated it.
There are a million people investigating it.
No, there aren't. It's the Justice Department with subpoena power. They're the ones that have subpoena power.
Well, you know what? And there's no reason.
They haven't investigated.
Well, they are proceeding.
Took them a year to appoint somebody.
But do not slur this lady if you don't know what she's doing.
I'm not slurring any lady. I'm saying it's a ridiculous choice. I don't even know the woman. Now, Linda, here's what's going to happen. I'll make a prediction, all right? Remember the Mark Rich pardon? Okay, remember that?
Yes.
Where the biggest tax cheat in American history, last day of Bill Clinton's administration, given a pardon, and Eric Holder. He was the guy who made that all happen. Remember that? Remember that, Ellis?
Sure.
Yes, absolutely.
What happened about the Mark Rich pardon? Nothing. Zero. Okay? It was supposed to be investigated. It never was. Nobody did anything. And Rich is sitting over there in Switzerland living large. Or is he dead? It's one of the two. He's either dead or living large. I forget. But he never got held accountable. That's what's going to happen here. The president has 3 years left, Linda. 3 years. Okay?
That's
You're not going to get anything. And it's, we're investigating. We're looking into it. And nothing is ever going to happen. But partially that's Congress's fault. They could push it along. Last word, Linda.
Well, I think they're trying to push it. But, Bill, one of the reasons that it isn't getting pushed is that, except for Fox News and, a few other outlets, this is not a big story. The New York Times is not interested. The Washington Post is not interested. And as long as they are not holding the feet to the fire, I mean, if
the Congress can act independently of the pinheaded press.
Well, they could.
I wish they would.
But then it also looks political
they could pull a lot of people in. And they certainly have not, and I don't know why. All right, Ellis Hennigan and Linda Chavez, everybody, playing more Heads of Fact and moves along this evening.